This is a message for the leadership of YouTube. Frankly, I probably could have called you privately, but I think it's better to just talk about this in the open on this particular issue. My understanding is in the last 24 hours, you locked the accounts and shut down the accounts of two guys, Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. They have big followings on the American right. I think it's better if you just unlock those accounts and let the guys
Sir, unlock those accounts, sir.
be heard. And I say this not because I'm some particular fan or vice versa. At least
Ling
one of
ling
them,
ling
Nick, is
ling ling
probably not
ling
a
ling
particularly big fan of
ling ling
mine.
ling ling.
No more than Jimmy Kimmel is, by the way, for very different reasons. That's beside the point. It doesn't matter. The reason I'm asking you to do it is
The reason why I'm asking you to do this is because I want to look good and get some political
that
points.
censorship isn't good for America. It's antithetical to our
Clearly,
culture. And we're the country on God's green earth where we're able to talk to each other in the open. And I want to credit YouTube and Google and
I agree, censorship is not good for anyone. But when the left does it to us, it's amazing and it's justified. And when it comes around to them after Charlie Kirk, oh, now they care about free speech.
your parent company and so much of your competitors in Silicon Valley for creating the first instance of the free and open internet with search engines. It's a beautiful thing for democratizing speech. But I think we take a step in the wrong direction when we choke those same technologies that allow us to access open debate and open ideas. It breeds discontent. It breeds frustration. It actually breeds mistrust.
Yes, sir.
If you tell people they can't speak, that's when they scream. And if you tell people they can't scream, that's when they tear things down. So I think free speech is a precondition for peace. It's a precondition for the scientific method.
I agree. I say we get them unbanned and we raise those H-1Bs by another 200,000. I'm on board.
It's a precondition for our shared unity, our shared national identity as Americans. Now, I can understand why you might think that certain types of speech or certain things that are said that are hurtful to other people or that may spread misinformation or may they count as violent or dangerous threats shouldn't be allowed on your platform.
I mean, terrorists like Hassan Piker, that's a good one, right? They let him on, but Alex Jones, who's a little schizophrenic, I mean, he's also shilling for the Jays too, you know what I mean? But yeah, he didn't deserve to get banned, you know, he says some crazy shit, you know. But even Nick, he never got a chance to even be on YouTube. Everyone just like shot him down before he even got his chance.
Personally, take a broad view of what type of speech is an expression of an opinion that's protected, but that's a separate discussion
That's what I
about
saw.
whether somebody says a particular thing that you think doesn't belong on your platform. That's one category of speech moderation. There's a different category of saying that you may demonetize certain people. You're not going to pay them, that even if they're able to speak on your platform, it's not necessarily their right to be paid for doing so or putting advertisers next to their name. That's a separate discussion.
True, right? I get that, you know. I mean, from a business standpoint, you see somebody making getting a lot of views and stuff, I'm sure they'll hit up Nick. You know, got to be ballsy if you want to make that money.
Personally, I don't like any of those forms of speech suppression as a general matter, but at least those are discussions that reasonable minds can have. There's a whole separate third category of censorship, though, that I think is particularly harmful, which is the idea that just because of who you are, your name and who you are, you don't get to express any idea, whether it's misinformation, hateful speech, whether it's dangerous or whatever you deem it to be. Irrespective of that, you're not making that judgment. Just based on who you are, you don't get to speak.
Also, guys, remember, don't notice the patterns of Israel, or else you're an anti-Semite, okay?
I think that breeds mistrust. I don't think that's good for our country. There's legal arguments to be had. I've made legal arguments elsewhere in my books, in Wall Street Journal pieces, and there are legal arguments that you could construct that say that if a tech company is protected by Section 230, a government-created shield of immunity, that if a tech company is responding, even indirectly, to the threats of government officials, maybe that is actually even a legal First Amendment violation. That's not even what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is not a legal point, it's just a cultural point. It's the question of whether this is good or bad for America. And I think we live in a moment right now
It is not good for
where when
America,
we tell
buddy.
people, whether it's the government or even a powerful company,
The
when you tell
censorship
people
is
that because of who
not
you are,
good.
you deserve not to be heard,
Would you like a slash?
I think that actually divides
Oh
us.
wait, no.
Even
Yeah, it
if
is a
it's done with the
slushy.
best of
Yeah.
intentions of thinking it brings most of the rest of the country together, in the long run, it actually throws kerosene on the very flame you were trying to quash. And so that's my ask to you. I'm not trying to do this in some type of
Yes,
faux
you are.
indignation, angry way that escalates some political fight. That's not the goal. I actually think that it's often possible to get to the right answer through just reasonable, open dialogue.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I get the vibes immediately off of him that he's just doing this for his own benefit to look good, and I think this is all political. I don't trust him. Like he's a very intelligent guy, but I really don't trust him.
That's what I hope this is. I hope you're able to reconsider a decision that you made that may have been a wrong decision. And I think we need more space as a country when people do make a wrong decision to be able to be given an off ramp, to be able to say that, you know what, after thinking about it, yeah, we agree, we're persuaded that all else equal, even though we intended well, we ought to let people speak and be heard. That's what I hope happens here. And so my ask is, and again, speaking as a guy who, from Jimmy Kimmel to Nick Fuentes, probably don't like me very much. I don't care. That doesn't matter. It's not what this is about. It's not even about the content. It's about the principle. I'd ask you to restore the accounts of those guys, and believe me, it will be a down payment on beginning to reunite this country, a project on which we have yet a very long way to go.
He's not wrong about that. You know, I do think it should be open on the internet. I think about the internet as the Wild West. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit slinging on there. You know, some people are absolutely batshit insane, but I believe people should have the right to say just about whatever they want. I think where it should be taken serious is when they're actually making like death threats to somebody or doxing them because when you dox somebody you don't like, you have an intention, and the intention is that you know where they live, and I could send someone else or anyone else that don't like you could show up to your house and do whatever. But I mean, other than that, everyone should have the right to say whatever the fuck they want. Like it's literally that simple. Just because you don't like what they say, who cares? Ignore it. It's that easy.
Thanks a lot for considering.
All right. Very cool, but I still don't trust you, Sar. All right, guys. Well, that was it. I mean, it's cool that he said that, but you're gonna run for president again, aren't you, Vivek? Anyways, I'll see you guys later.